Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to be breaking down everything you need to know when it comes to the Washington Commanders' new alternate uniforms for the 2025 season, when they will be wearing them, can there be more changes tied to the old past in future years, and a bunch of other stuff. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video. Trying to hit 16K subscribers by the start of the training camp, so we're about 2 weeks away from that. I know we can do it, guys. I'm working hard to get videos out for y'all, so just hit that like button, subscribe, and just send it out to any friends you guys have that are Commanders fans. So I'm sure you guys have all seen all this stuff. I will go over it briefly before we get into some other, more detailed information. But here are the, uniforms, and they look really good. They look really good, and you see it just looks like the OG uniforms without the logo or anything on the front. But I believe it's much improved from the current white Commanders uniforms. I think they're way improved. I think the biggest thing is the burgundy number with the gold outline over it. Just makes it look so much better, especially with no gradient. It just makes it so much better, so much better. And yeah, I think that is the biggest change. You see the helmets with the white stripes around it too. I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys, but we have other angles. You got the gold face mask too. I mean, the uniforms just look a lot better. Here's a little bit more of a better view, I guess. Different view. We'll go into the nameplate in a second. Also, Jaden Daniels will be on the quarterback show, whatever it is, on Netflix next season, so that will be interesting for sure. So here is a Jaden Daniels different view than we've seen. This was him on Instagram. He's excited about the new unis, and it's a little bit of a darker view, so you can't see it for sure. Like, I mean, you can see it for sure, but I mean, you can't see it completely with it's just not great lighting. But they did that on purpose, obviously. But I do like the nameplate. It looks good. The font looks good. The number size and everything looks really good. Jaden's got the aura. So, again, really cool to see everything here. And I think the Commanders are going in the right direction with everything. Let's see any other views that we haven't gotten. Here's a Bobby Wagner one. I think this is the best view we've gotten from the jerseys out of any of them. You see the name. It's a little bit skinnier, it feels like, the font, which I don't mind. I really like the numbers, though. The numbers being full burgundy and not gradient, for me, was a huge win compared to what they were in the last one. And then you got these little holes in the uniforms, making a little bit more not breathable, but more air coming in for the players. I'm sure that helps. You got the gold and burgundy here on the outside of this, you basically on the sleeves, and then you got the burgundy collar. Let's go to another view so we can see that. You got the burgundy collar. I really like that. No logo. You see the new helmets, the white stripes on the side. The Commanders logo, the W, is still on there. So here's a little bit of a better view of the helmet so you guys can see that. Let's see any other view. We're going to get into that for a second. So this information I'm sure you guys know, but the Commanders Super Bowl era alternate uniforms, that's the name of it. They're going to wear these uniforms 3 times this season, and it will be week 9. All these will be at home, by the way. Week 9 at Seattle, at home against Seattle. Week 13 versus the Denver Broncos at home, and then against the Cowboys on Christmas at home. And like I said, all of them will be at home, and it'll start November 2nd. Apparently, this is what Rio said. I was watching his video. Shout out to him. You can order these early September, and they will come in before, allegedly, they'll come in before the first time they wear the uniforms. We all know how that works. I don't know if it'll happen. Fanatics is awful. I'm sorry, but Fanatics just, they have a monopoly on the jersey situation. The quality is not good. Their customer service isn't good. And, a lot of times it takes like I remember, what was it? I think it might have been like when Chase Young got drafted to the Redskins at the time. And I bought a Chase Young Redskins jersey. Wasn't a great investment, obviously, but it was because I ordered it so early. It was one of the few, Chase Young jerseys that actually said Redskins on it. And I was like, maybe one day that can be a huge collector's item, but, he's not that good, so it didn't matter. But that took until like August or September to get to me, so that's way too long. And Fanatics just does that in general. Like the fake jerseys are better quality, honestly. If you get a good site, then the Fanatics jerseys, they're actually stitched on instead of just printed on like Fanatics does it, and it's way more expensive. But these are the dates. They'll have 3 days of that they'll use the uniforms this year, and then you're supposed to wait 5 years before all this happens. But because there was a new owner in place, I think the rules don't necessarily apply. So the league just has to approve it to be their primary white uniforms, which I think by 2026 that will happen. Just a little bit of a trial run here makes it easier for them to approve it, I guess. And in 2026, these right here will be the full-time uniforms for the white uniforms. And then in terms of Burgundy, because I think the Burgundy uniforms, that one, both needed work, but the Burgundy ones I think do need work too. The numbers, just go back to, instead of gold, go back to the white numbers and then have gold around it, or whatever you want to do, but just go back to the old unis. And then you see the socks here too that Ertz is rocking, the Burgundy and gold socks, so that's really cool. You got the stripe on the pants, which is new, so in terms of what they've been wearing recently. I think overall A+ jersey release for the Commanders, and I think that these jerseys are probably better than what they had the last time they were wearing these normal white jerseys. So I think that they did a really good job, and I do want to show you guys something that is interesting for the people that are holding out hope that maybe they will switch back to the old name or go back to the old logo and stuff like that. And Jaden last year did wear the Doug Williams jersey early on in the season. It might have been like week 1 or week 2 or something like that. And I guess that was just a precursor to all this. So let's go to this. So first of all, this was in the video, and this is just close up of what the Burgundy jersey possibly would look like. And you got the Burgundy here, the gold around the number, the white number, and obviously it's a white number instead of a gold number, which is what they have right now. They have the gold number, which I don't necessarily love. I like the white number better. It just looks better, but that's not the biggest issue. And all the changes they made today, I'm assuming with the Burgundy jersey, maybe they'll do that next year, and it'll all kind of it'll be very similar changes, just different colors for the Burgundy versus the white version. And here, for people holding out hope, in the preview video, I'm not going to play it here, but you guys can watch it like anywhere. It's like 1 minute 30 seconds, and there was a clip of all the players wearing the new jerseys. There's like Reeves, Ertz, Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, Jaden. Those were the main guys. They showed some of the jerseys in the background, and one of the jerseys has the Redskins logo in it. I think they probably just were trying to show all the jerseys from the past, and now the new jerseys in front to show like, all right, it's a bridge between the present and the past. But I don't know, some people might run with that and think that they're going to the Redskins. I don't think so. I think this was the best compromise that they could do. Make it look like the OG, jerseys. Doesn't have Commanders on the front. I'm sure a lot of people like that. And it just makes it look, more like the old uniforms, and makes it look like feel like more of the Redskins, even though the name isn't the same. The uniforms are similar, so it just makes it look makes it feel more like the Redskins. So I understand people that are still frustrated, and I get that. But I just, at this point, I don't think it's coming back. Maybe you could have a, alternate logo that's similar to maybe some Native American ties, but even then, I think it's stretching it a little bit. Just showing you guys, different angles and stuff like that, so you guys can see everything. But for the most part, I think I gave you guys everything that you need to know in terms of the Commanders jersey situation. Like I said, think they did a really good job. You guys can watch the video here. And, Terry, he wasn't in the jersey preview. It is what it is. I think it makes sense. And whenever he signs his extension, hopefully in the next couple weeks, then obviously they'll put him in the jersey and post that out. So really happy with these. Obviously gonna cop one. I need y'all to comment down below which one I should cop. I'm thinking like a Mikey Sainristil jersey, maybe a Frankie Louvu jersey. I don't know, one of those two. Maybe someone else. We will see. But thanks for watching. Maybe a Josh Connolly. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and